Hi, I'm Libra. Welcome to your August 2020 Astrology 33 live reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description video for more details there. As far as what's in front of us, this is what I call the bridge in the gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. These are the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. And keep in mind, I'm going to refer to the cards on the left as your energy, but if you feel more like the cards on the right side represent your energy and the left is the other person's, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, past energy on your side, we have the Six of Arrows. So this is actually Aquarius energy, which for you guys is your fifth house of love, romance, creativity. And what this looks like it's saying here is it could just be saying that you guys might have actually moved away from the connection in the past. It could be possibly because maybe you guys were getting into arguments, because we do see she has 5 of those arrows in her boat. And the 5 of swords or 5 of arrows energy often points to conflict. So that's one way it could be playing out, or maybe for some of you realized that you still had some healing to do. So maybe this was more of a thing where you had a realization that you just weren't ready yet because you still had some wounds that you were trying to recover from. But either way, it looks like you did move away from the connection regardless of which of those reasons it may have been for. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Queen of Chalices. So this is actually Cancer energy here in the past, which for you guys is your house of career and social status. So this could just be saying that they might have actually wanted a serious connection with you. And again, like I said, especially if you guys felt like you weren't ready for whatever reason, that could have been what caused you to step away from it. So maybe it was just a matter of they wanted something a bit more serious than you did. But yeah, it looks like they were open and nurturing in the past. Now, for a small percentage of you might be saying that they had a lot of feelings for you, but they may have been a bit closed off with it. Just because the only reason I mention that is thinking about the traditional image of the Queen of Cups. But for the majority of you, I feel like it's more saying that they were open, and it could have just been that you weren't ready at the time. Present energy on your side, we have the Princess of Cups. So this is actually the equivalent of the Page of Cups in traditional tarot. And what this could be saying here is, maybe you are considering expressing your feelings to this person, but I mean, we do see that her back is turned, but you may be considering possibly close to the new moon in Leo, possibly. I just say that because of the moon figure that we see there, but yeah, that could be what's at play. There might be some physical distance between the two of you as well. That's what comes to mind when I think of those birds there, but the birds could just represent the communication in general as well. So that's what I'm feeling. You guys just, might have feelings, but still have a little reluctance about expressing it to this person. So, maybe, like I said, you took your time away. Maybe this represents you guys have done a bit more healing now, and now you're trying to decide if you want to move forward or not. All right, present energy on their side is the Knight of Chalices. So this is the equivalent of the Knight of Cups, and this could just be saying that for some of you, maybe they actually do come and make another offer toward you. And again, maybe that's why you could be in that position there where you're reconsidering again, like, okay, as far as if this person's being persistent with you, you could be considering, all right, do I want to do this or not? But for some of you, it could actually represent that you might be the one who makes the communication toward them, and then they have to decide, if they want to move forward with it or not. This is Pisces energy here, technically, just mentioning that. And then this was Cancer energy in the past, so a lot of water energy on their side. So again, I feel like they definitely, at the very least, seem to have more emotional attachment to the connection than you did, even up to the present now. And in the future position on your side, we have the Nine of Arrows. So this is actually the equivalent of the Nine of Swords, which is Gemini energy. And this could just be saying that, it seems self-explanatory where it looks like, excuse me, Looks like there's some hesitation on your part to reach out and communicate to them. And, you might just be getting signs and signals that you should reach out to them. The reason I say that is we see like that angel looking figure in the background trying to hand her that arrow. So, I mean, like, to me, that points to there's some energy where you're being pushed, nudged towards communicating to this person, but I feel like for whatever reason you just don't feel comfortable doing so. So again, like I said, it could just be still that you're going through a healing process, and that could be why you're just not ready to really come forward toward this person at this time. Could be for whatever reason you're trying to fight the feelings you have for this person too. That's certainly a possibility. I would say maybe that would be more of a possibility for those of you where I mentioned those 5 arrows could have meant that in the past, if you guys were already getting into conflicts, I could see where that could play out. But for others of you, it could just be one of those things where you're just getting all these signs and synchronicities telling you that you should pursue the connection with this person, but maybe you just feel like there's a part of you that isn't ready yet. And the future energy on their side is the Hermit. So this is actually Virgo energy. And so on one hand, this could just be pointing to the fact that they might withdraw as we get into Virgo season. Especially if this was them making a second advance toward you and you didn't seem to reciprocate. So that's certainly a possibility there where they might just feel like, okay, well, I made a couple of attempts toward Libra, they don't seem to be interested, and then they might just withdraw. For others of you, could just be saying that they're just being a bit introspective as well. So if this is like a mutual communication between the two of you, you guys might say what you have to say, get everything off your chest, and then you guys just might retreat for a bit to think about the conversation and what the next steps would be. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Two of Staves. So this is actually Aries energy here, and it does tend to point to energy for a new start and actually taking action toward that. But quite frankly, I'm not too sure I see a lot of that energy on your side. So again, like I said, it could be one of those things where you're a bit torn, where maybe part of you does want to have that fresh start, but emotionally you just might not be ready yet. So that's certainly a possibility. And this could just be pointing to what I was saying before as well, where there could just be physical distance between the two of you. And maybe that's what's holding things up as well. And then bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Eight of Chalices. So again, like I said, I view this as a bit of that energy we see there with the Hermit, which is to say if they do, if they've already made an advance toward you and then they come back around and make another advance toward you and you don't seem to be showing any interest, this could just be them actually walking away at that point. Eight of Cups energy is also Pisces energy, so I wanted to point that out as well. And as far as when they would walk away, then this might be pointing to when we have that full moon in Pisces, which will be very early in September too. So between that and Hermit, this could definitely say that, if they come back around, make another offer to you, you still don't seem to be interested, there's definitely a chance that they would actually walk away at that point. So something to keep in mind there. And then next we'll see if we get anything from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck, but I'm just going to be looking for some jumpers here. First for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if we shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I'll just take that as a sign to move on to the next deck, since it's just a general reading. But we'll see if we get anything. Actually got 2 cards, but they fell, so I'll have to pick those up. But next we'll see if we get any unspoken messages from them to you before I go pick those 2 up. Almost had one there. Okay, and they got one as well, and it also fell. So let me go get those cards, and we'll see what they say. Okay. All right. So on your side, we have I can't handle your words right now. Interesting energy there. That could definitely resonate for those of you where, like I said, that those 5 arrows being in the boat could just be saying that maybe there was a lot of conflict between the two of you, and that might have been your reason for moving away. Otherwise, I don't necessarily see why you would be in that energy. So, for those of you where it wasn't around conflict, I'm not necessarily sure this would resonate, unless, again, it's just pointing to the fact that emotionally you guys just don't seem to be ready. And then we have maybe we're just too different. So, I mean, that could be another reason why you're a bit hesitant. Maybe you're finding that there just isn't much of a connection between the two of you. I mean, if you think about the fact that you guys being air, we have the arrows energy there. We see a lot of cups energy on their side. We see mostly air on your side, and then the only cup energy we see, you have your back turned, and it is just a page as well. So maybe this person just has like a different love language than you, basically. And then on their side, we have no other compares to you. So, I mean, that doesn't surprise me either. Like I said, it definitely looks like there's definitely a lot of interest on their side. So, hopefully those resonated with you guys. And then finally, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. And same situation, I did pre-shuffle this deck, but I'm just looking for one card here for general advice, and we'll wrap up. All right. And if nothing comes up after a few more shuffles, we'll just pull a card. So, see if we get anything. All right, nothing coming up. So, let me put the deck down for a second. And we'll just pull a card. Give me a second. All right. We have Fork in the Road. There's the artwork, and the number is 13. I think Gemini might have gotten the same card, so if you guys are dealing with a Gemini, maybe you want to check out their reading. Aside from that, I don't remember too many other things from this reading resonated with that, but just figured I'd mention it. Okay, it says, time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The Oracle's message: every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. So definitely an interesting message there, and I can see how that resonates with your energy. Like I said, it feels like I was feeling like some of you might feel a bit torn, where, like I said, with that Princess of Cups energy, where maybe you have some feelings, but you're not sure you want to communicate them. And then, like I said, that Two of Staves energy showing the desire for a new start, but then the Nine of Arrows showing a lot of anxiety around communicating. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. And then the relationship message says, you've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose, to open up to the possibility of love or to remain isolated? To go deeper and commit to mutual passion, or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest, and give. Then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. So, hopefully that resonates with you guys. Looks like it is saying that for the most part the ball is near court, which makes sense because, like I said, in the present position here, well, the past and then especially the present, with that Knight of Chalices, for some of them it could just be saying that they actually approach you again with an offer, and it looks like there could be some reluctance on your part. And like I said, in the future position, between the fact that we have the Eight of Chalices at the bottom of the deck and the Hermit, looks like this person will withdraw after a while. So looks like the choice is yours. Hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.